So what we're building now, it's now real estate and tech. So it's a Proptech where it's
Okay.
a solution where when new immigrants come into the country, right, they are able to rent a place with ease, and we will be able to guarantee the rent to the landlord, right? And we cover
Mm,
all the processing, what they need to be able to rent a place. Because what we're trying, the solution we're trying to create with that is it takes 6 months to 9 months for new immigrant to be able to settle, unless you have a family member that wants to take you in.
yes,
And
I
not
get
everybody
it.
has that luxury, right? So how can they come in, settle in from the day one so they can go about their life to go get a job and be able to transition into the
I
system?
get
And
it.
everyone can stop complaining that immigrants are the problem of this.
A growing health, wellness, and leadership podcast designed for you to become your most empowered self.
Great day, amazing humans. Welcome to the Empowered in My Skin podcast, where our mission is to help 1 billion people in this world think in more empowering ways. Empowered humans empower humans. So you are the right spot to become a lead domino for empowerment today. So let the show begin. Yes, great day. Amazing humans. This guest that I'm about to interview is a living testament that what's possible when faith meets perseverance. From immigrant roots to industry leadership, his story is one of courage, conviction, and relentless growth. He built thriving businesses, led with integrity, and turned every challenge into an opportunity to rise higher. A visionary entrepreneur whose purpose is rooted in impact, legacy. We're going to be talking about that and lifting others up as he climbs. Yo, put it all together for with a gigantic podcast. Welcome for Richard Oyekunle. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. You got it right. You got the last one right. You got it right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That intro probably the best so far I've ever had, and yeah, thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored to be
I
here
actually
today.
I
Thank you.
I do have I'm a hype woman for hire. So if
Okay,
if ever you
that
need,
makes sense now. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, signature first question. First of all, just thank you for saying yes. I actually feel like I'm privileged to tap into your mind. And I know I told you, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just put myself on blast because everybody knows I'm one and down on Instagram,
Yeah.
post, look at the first message in my feed. I'm gonna just tell you something. This guy had me scrolling for like
Mm.
until my IG timed out. So you have a brilliant mind, and I'm really happy to tap into it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, first question is, what has been your most empowered thought of the day so far?
For today?
Yeah, today, this day.
Okay. The most important thought for today, interesting. I'll say this coming up here, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, I was really looking forward to this because the thing is, we all get busy and we
Mm,
get about our lives, right? And
mhm,
one thing that has got me to where I am today is just the direct and indirect support of people,
mm,
right? So
mhm.
knowing that coming here is not just for me to come and share my story, but also after I share my story, one or two people that can connect with it and how that can help them. So, yeah, I'll say this podcast for sure has been on my mind since morning.
Well, now you know why you were
Yeah.
the perfect guest because this is like the mission and the philosophy because you and I are gonna have a really great exchange, right? Like,
I'm looking forward to
you
it.
know what I mean? You're gonna pump me. But the truth is, this exchange is worth nothing
Yeah,
unless something else gains from it, right?
absolutely.
And that
Absolutely.
is what those are the gems that you just dropped. So get ready. So first of all, there's always a backstory. And I'd love you to share, like, just sort of what has kind of led you to, one, from where you were born to coming here to Canada to being really top real estate. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna call him mogul. Has anyone called you a
Oh,
mogul?
okay. I'll take that. I'll
Yeah,
take
let's
that.
let's call
I'll
you
take that.
mogul. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Backstory. So, firstly, I'll put this out. I'm someone that likes to copy a lot,
Mm,
right? And I copy a lot, and I embrace that. I
mhm,
think that has helped me to where I am today. And when I say that, is because I'm from a very big family.
mhm. You have
My
to
parents.
elaborate what you mean by copy, though.
Okay, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So I'm from a very big family of eight. Adopted
Wow, that's
another,
big.
my parents adopted another one, making nine. I'm number eight of nine.
Wow. That's a
Right.
lot. That's a big
Yeah,
family.
yeah, of nine. So what I tell people is I saw a lot of people grow up before me,
Mm-hmm.
right? The good guys, the bad guys, the good sister, the bad sister, right? And I could learn from all of them, right?
Mm.
Yeah, from a very young age. So they all say in my family that I grew up so fast, right?
Yeah.
I took life serious at a very young age, and
Yeah.
that it has its own advantage and disadvantages, right? But I will speak about the advantage that has helped me a lot, shaped me to who I am today, and just kind of make me focus at a very early age. And I think that gives me that edge to this. So growing up, my parents had a huge impact in me as well. I would say my story started with with my family, my parents, my siblings. I grew up in a family where my dad top police officer. He was never
Mm.
around. But my mom, very grounded. She's a business owner, and I could see what I wanted to be from a very young age. I saw
Wow.
my dad who had to pursue his education, but he was never around. My mom
Mm.
stopped her education to finance him, right? To do
Mm.
that, but she was more grounded. She runs her own business, has her own money, was able to
Mm.
invest in real estate. I could see her doing so much for herself because she followed that route, right? So I could see that firsthand. Then my brothers growing up having to look for a job. I was like, okay, my mom never had to look for a job, right? And she was able to build something really great. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Do you understand what I'm so
I
at a
understand.
young
Yeah.
age, I was really exposed to that. I was exposed to money, not my money, but her money, right? Having to work with her and all of that.
Mm.
So by the time I finished my uni, went for my master's, I knew what I wanted to do, right? The route I wanted to go. So when I decided to move to Canada with my wife, I told her, you know what, it has to be real estate. But I had to do something before that, right? Because I was
Mm-hmm.
first generation in Canada.
And
So
so why real estate?
okay, why real estate? I know I was going to go into business while I
Mm.
was in uni. I did some few businesses on campus just to raise extra money because what I was given wasn't enough. So I'll do some extra trading, getting stuff from my siblings from abroad and resell on campus. So my mom,
Entrepreneur.
yeah, on campus. Then it's then my mom exposed me to it too because she was investing heavily in real estate. My dad was never around. When he makes the money, send it to her and she will invest in real estate. So I got
Mhm.
exposed to the contractors, the landowners, because I'll
Mhm.
probably, we'll go there together. So I went behind the back when I made my first money in uni to go buy one plot of land, right? If I told her, she won't let me. But because I've had good relationship with these people, right? The day I called them, they're like, really? You want to invest? They were so impressed because they thought I should have done something else with the money. Not a lot of
Right.
money, right?
Right. Right.
So those, older folks, they supported me. They were like, for you to think this way, they supported me, and I bought that. But the day she got to know because I had no estate, I had to go keep the documents where all my brothers keeps their land documents, right? Because that's the only safe place in our home, right? So she saw it. She was like, "This does this belong to you?" So I had to tell her. She was like, "Okay, why didn't you tell me?" You should have
Mm.
told me, right? I would have
Hmm.
supported you. You did make the right decision. I'm happy these people helped you, and that was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the beginning of it for me.
Do you still have that land?
Oh, yeah, till now, yes, yes,
Wow.
yeah. I say it till
And
now.
so, I mean, I don't know. So you're talking about how many years ago?
This was 16 years ago.
Wow. And you've built on it?
Not on that one.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, not on that one. Not on that one. But the experience was
There's
great. And
others.
yeah, not on that one. And after then double down on real estate. Worked in Nigeria after I got back from. I did my MBA, and I started my own real estate company. Then I wanted to start my own real estate company, but I have never worked before, right?
Hmm.
I've never worked before. So I got a job at the bank, UBA Bank in Nigeria. Worked there for 6 months just to get
Mm.
that organization experience. Then started my own real estate company, which was going amazing. Again, with the support of all my siblings, dear friends that trusted me, and they knew that I had something about investing in real estate from a
Yeah.
very young age.
Yeah.
Uh, Business was going great until the unfortunate thing happened because I just got married with myself and my wife. We were expecting, and I will just share it then the unfortunate thing happened that we lost the child.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, at the time, and she never wanted
Yeah.
to be in that space anymore. She needed to relocate, and I was like, okay, if I'm if I will get headway with whatever I'm doing, I need my partner with me. So
Yeah.
she needed to change environment. And Canada was just that place that had the
Yeah.
best PR in the world at the time that you can move to.
Had the
So
best what?
the best PR.
Oh, the best. Oh, right, right,
At,
right.
at the time, the best place to live in the world, the best healthcare and all of that, right? So
They
we did
left out telling you there's winter, but anyway, I'm
absolutely we did
yeah,
further
okay.
research and yeah, but again, that was why we decided to move to Canada. And when I got here, because I started real estate back home and it was going great,
Hmm.
that is what I wanted to do here. But I
Hmm.
needed to work at least make some money, take care of the family before I started
Hmm.
for my licensing. And I did that for 1 year then before I moved fully into real estate.
And just curious, what did you work like? Where did you work when you were
So
out?
I work in social work,
Hmm.
which also helped because it's just caring for people, youth,
Hmm.
youth that are out of the home and they want to get back
Hmm.
into the community. So, yeah, I worked there as a social worker. I fell in love with the job, but it got to the point where after I got my license and things started
It
getting
was
busy,
time.
I just had to, yeah, yeah.
Wow. And so just a couple of things. I want to go back to almost how you started. You said you talk about copy, and I think I understand it now,
You get what I mean now? Yes,
which is you look at people who have gone before you
yes,
and you take the good and the bad, the trials, the tribute, like whatever like their learnings, their lessons,
yes,
and
yes,
you
yes.
incorporate them into, is that
Into my
kind of what, yeah?
exactly, you got it right. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
so now I'm going to turn it on you. So I'm a young Richard
yes.
watching you. And what would they be learning from you?
Hmm. So if you're young Richie watching me, what will you be learning from me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, if you're going to watch me, you know definitely you definitely have to invest in yourself,
Yeah.
right? You need to invest in yourself. You have to be consistent as well. There are a lot of times that things won't pan out as you plan, uh, right? But if you're
Mm.
consistent and you understand that there's always a journey before the results, right? And you have to walk the journey. One thing that I've done so far is I always understand that nothing great will come easy. So when
Mm.
I'm going through the process and things are not falling in place, I know it's just part of the story, right? So
Mhm.
that encourages me when I should break down that, you know what, I just need to keep moving forward.
Mhm.
Another thing that's also helped me is I always find one way or the other to enjoy the process,
Mhm.
right? Because
Mhm.
I believe that's the field that helps you to keep going, right? So even when, yes, I will complain here and there, but because I know it's part of the story, I have that understanding. So, and I think that's what is not the most common nowadays. We all don't set out for that delayed gratification. We
Mhm.
want it to happen now, now, now. We don't know there's
Mhm.
always a process
Mhm.
before that end goal that you so much desire. So,
Mhm.
that's one thing you learn from me. I love doing, but I'm okay with doing boring stuff. I'm okay putting in the time. I'm okay just doing things repetitively for so long, provided I know I'm on the right track, right,
Mhm.
to where I'm going, and that's something that I know that is key
Have
for.
you always had patience or have you had to cultivate it over time?
Um, if you ever close to my mom, definitely you have patience.
Okay.
Right. Trust me, you have patience. So yes, yeah, yeah. I learned that from her, but definitely something that I had to work on myself too.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
work on myself. And one thing that helped also is know when to shut out the noise, so to speak,
Mm.
right? Because there's so many distractions, there's so many noise, just knowing when to shut it out, so you can be patient and be focused until you get it.
Mhm.
Could it be easy? No, it's not always easy, but yeah, I think I'm very obsessed with the results. So anything that I have to do to
And
get it,
to get it, you'll go through it. So I'm going to just double click because you did talk about, the process is not supposed to be easy.
yeah.
And I always like to say, like, the bigger the affliction, the greater the affliction, the bigger the anointing. And
Mm,
so, looking at your life today, right?
yeah,
Like the highlight reel, it didn't come without struggles.
yeah, I did not.
So, what is one of like, can you share maybe some of the what's a struggle that happened more than, I don't know why this question is coming to me, but what's a struggle maybe that happened to you a couple of times before you actually learned the lesson?
Ooh, couple of times. Oh,
At least more than once. Sometimes you're like, And then God's like, yo.
I think, okay, I'll split this into two. I think the biggest one,
Mm-hmm.
right? I would say it's a lesson, but I think it's the occurrence that happened in Nigeria before we moved. I think that
Mm,
shaped my life in total,
mm,
made me a better person. It makes it made me to see life differently,
mm,
right? And as someone that just got married at the time and I was still very young, that happening and being able to get through that phase
mm,
taught me a lot of lessons, right? Kept me grounded. That I would say that was the biggest. But the one that's happened like time over time again that I had to learn from it, I would say in business for sure.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, in business, when I started this, there are just some business fundamentals and lessons that I had to learn, especially when you're working with um, I work with a lot of people in the community, right?
mm-hmm,
And there's just this obsession I have for wanting to deliver, right? But I needed to understand that sometimes having to say no is you actually doing the other person good, right?
mm.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, having to do the other person good. So
Usually that I hear the opposite, like saying no is about protecting your peace or creating the right boundaries, but this one is good for the other.
you saying yes to what you know that you will not be able to deliver, not because you don't want to deliver, but you don't have the capacity. It's not
Mm,
because you're doing yourself good, but you're also doing the other person good.
I understand from that. Yes, I understand that. Wow, that's a different perspective. I never looked
So,
at it. Eh?
but because I was so obsessed to wanting to deliver at all cost, so taking on things I know I don't have within my capacity is something that because it affected few relationships. But the thing is, it's only when you get the grace that they will know that it's coming from a place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to deliver. So I was, yeah, that happened a few times. I learned from it, affected a few relationships, but I helped. I learned from it, and that has really helped.
I love that. I actually love that perspective. So, RORE Group. Let
Yeah.
me just. We went in on the team investigated you. So, RORE Group, Settle, and Legacy City.
Yes,
All ventures built around empowerment and legacy. So, legacy is a big thing for you.
absolutely.
Can you talk to us about what it means to you?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So what I tell people, right? We always have people talk about why. Why are you doing something? And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's very important in everything that we do. And for me, my why in when it comes to my career, my business, what I stand for is how can I build something that is way bigger than me? I don't mind being a person in it, right? And I believe that is legacy. How can we how can I become someone who I never thought I would be because I want other people to watch me and learn from me? That is also legacy, right? When we
Mm-hmm.
talk about legacy, people always think, oh, legacy is because you just want to leave some properties behind.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy is you building something that is way bigger than what you can comprehend, and other people will be able to live from that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was what brought about Legacy City. That's what has also helped the business, and I understand that if I'm going to do that, then it can't just be me.
Right.
I can't run it alone. Is either I collaborate with other people, I get operators, I get partners, right? Yeah, so because that's how I believe that we can build something that is way bigger than us, and other people can just learn from it. And if I have dive into everything that we do now, from RORE Group to Settle to Legacy City.
Can you talk specifically about what each group, what each,
Okay.
yeah, what each provides? Yes.
Yeah, so RORE Group actually started with my real estate business. I started my
Mm-hmm.
real estate business back in 2019. The first 6 months was just me doing what will keep me in the business,
Mm-hmm.
right? I just want to be in the business. And I started doing leases, did a lot of leases before it now transitioned into buying and selling. By God's grace, that went so well until
Hmm.
2023, when it now got really busy that I had to now bring other people on, right?
So
And
you were doing it all that time by yourself?
yeah, I was doing all that time by myself.
Wow.
Then at the time, I got an assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and it got to the point where assistant can only do the paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I needed more people that will actually be front facing, meet up with clients, do showings. do open houses. And we just started from one agent joining the team to two agents. But now in the group, we have about 18 agents now.
Wow.
By God's grace, yeah, we have 18 agents. And they are not my team members. I call them partners because we are
Mm-hmm.
partners in business and we just set out to help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And that is legacy for me, right?
Yes,
Because
yes,
now
yeah.
it's not just about me, right?
Yeah,
It's not just
yeah,
about me. How much can I do? But with these other great people that have been able to multiply, they are doing great stuff for themselves, for their family, and for people in the community. And that is what
yeah.
matters. So is this a bonus mindset? And that helped me that when we started Settle, and I was just debating to Settle. Settle came out of what we do with RORE Group,
Hmm.
helping people in the community. And we got a lot of people. I'm also an immigrant, people that come from other countries that want to rent houses. And it's more about when they come in, we ask them for things that they don't have. We ask them for
Mm-hmm.
job experience where they're coming from, which is not
Mm-hmm.
applicable in Canada for
Mm-hmm.
most times. We
Mm-hmm.
ask them for credits. And if you're so lucky that you're coming from Africa, you definitely don't have credit report,
Mm-hmm.
right? And because it became a challenge that when we get those files that we really want to help them to rent a place, there's no way we could do it. We only offer them our own clients' properties and stand for them. And I've had this for quite a while that there must be a solution to this,
Mm-hmm.
right? When people come in, it's shelter. They should be able to get a place to live, provided they have good intentions to be able to pay. And
Mm-hmm.
thankfully, to be honest, a lot of immigrants don't rent what they can afford, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
then in a new country, they just want to settle and go about
Yeah.
their life. So I met with a partner of mine earlier this year that became my partner now. I ran into him, I took my son for soccer, and it was just so funny that the same day I reached out to him on LinkedIn because
Mm-hmm.
I saw his profile, business development. I reached out to me on him on
Are you talking
LinkedIn.
about not
Settle.
Isaac? No,
No,
okay.
oh, not even
Mm.
Isaac. But,
Yeah, okay, okay,
I'm going to touch on Isaac a little
okay,
bit.
okay.
So I met with him. I sent him a message on LinkedIn, and he replied. He just gave me one word reply. I was like, okay, that was cold. I was like, okay, that's fine. Then I took my son for soccer. I picked him up and we went for soccer. And I just saw this person coming. He was looking at me that he knows my face. But I was like, okay, it looks like the person I reached out to on LinkedIn today. Then we started talking. I was like, well, you give me one word reply. Then we laughed about it. Then we exchanged what do you do and all of that. Then we spoke about this problem. And he said, okay, Richard, this makes sense. So we just spoke about it. Surprisingly, we left, and 30 minutes later, he called me. He said, you know what, he's been working on it, he's been thinking about it. How about if we work on this together? I was like, okay, absolutely, let's do it. And the conversation started since February this year, and that's what came about Settle, which we are launching next month,
Can you
right?
share a little bit more about, or you
Okay.
know? Mhm.
So what we're building now, it's now real estate and tech. So it's a prop tech where it's
Okay.
a solution where when new immigrants come into the country, right, they are able to rent a place with ease, and we will be able to guarantee the rent to the landlord, right? And we cover
Mm.
all the processing, what they need to be able to rent a place. Because the solution we're trying to create with that is it takes 6 months to 9 months for new immigrant to be able to settle, unless you have a family member that wants to take you in. And
Yes, I
not
get
everybody
it.
has that luxury, right? So how can they come in, settle in from the day one so they can go about their life to go get a job and be able to transition into the
I
system?
get
And
it.
everyone can stop complaining that immigrants are the problem of this
So they're
country.
not coming in stressed.
Stressed.
They're coming in and they can settle
Yes, yes, exactly.
and then
So, and
grow and thrive.
yes, and that's the name of the company, Settle. So, we want you to come in, be able to settle and thrive from there. And a byproduct of that, which we're launching same time, is the Settle credit, which is when you're renting in this country, you are able to report your rent to build your credit score. This is something that's never happened before. And in Ontario alone, we have over 1 million people renting that have been paying their rent for so many years, and it's not impacting their credits in any way, and they're being exposed to go take credit card and car loan just because they want to build
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah.
So that's what,
Wow.
and that again, that is legacy for me because now, yeah, the idea started with me, but Ade came on board with my partner. Now we have so many people on the team that it's not even about Richard anyways anymore. Sometimes I just try to find my way through because There are so many people handling this machine, and that is legacy for me. How can I be
Wow.
part of something that is way bigger than me?
Mhm.
That when people talk about it, it affects so many lives and
Yeah.
also Ekunle's family.
Okay. Legacy City.
Yes. Now, Legacy City. Okay. 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 Legacy City is, I would say, is the reverse of settle. People migrate abroad to settle
Hmm.
and find create life for themselves, just like what I did 8 years
Hmm.
ago, right, with my family. But the thing is, I know that coming to this part of the world, at some point, I'm going to go back.
Mm.
And that is the story for a lot of people. I
Hmm.
don't subscribe to coming, migrating somewhere and living like a guest or a visitor. No. When you
Hmm.
migrate somewhere, you're going to spend a good time, part of your life.
Hmm. Hmm.
You want to see yourself living there. You have to know that this is home. But there comes a time in life where you know that you want to go
Yeah.
back to where you actually came from. And the reality of it is a lot of people are trying not to make that move because they don't have community anymore. The
Mm.
place they left 30 years ago has completely changed.
Changed.
And they don't want to go spend the later part of their life with people without that they cannot identify with or they don't have common interest, right? So again, this was early last year that if I'm to go back to Nigeria today, where would I
Hmm.
like to live? It's not because I want to live in some expensive area that I don't even know everyone around. I want to live in where I know that I have like-minded people, people that will reason the same way. We have the same interest. And that was what came about legacy city in Nigeria where it's going to be home for people that have gone to diaspora. They want to
Hmm.
come home, but they want to live among themselves because they now share the same belief. They share the same experience. Someone that came back from Australia, from Highland, from the US, from Canada, right? Imagine a city, and this is not an estate. This is a city that is going to have all the amenities, everything that they need, and be able to coexist, be able to live together, right? So when they're doing their 50th, their 60th birthday, they can do it there. When grandkids come, they want to come with their grandkids. They're in an environment where they can live and they will not feel like, you know what, we just made an exchange that is below par because I decided to move from the state, right?
Hmm.
So, and that's what brought about Legacy City. And this is going to be highly tech driven as well, where we
So
can.
let me understand. Sorry, I just want to make sure I break this. You're building a city?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be a puzzle. I'm going to just be a missing puzzle there, but yes,
Wow. And
yeah,
so people can buy land within this area, like the
absolutely.
landmass?
Yeah, so it's a landmass, yes. It's a big landmass, and people will be able to buy land. People will be able to buy commercial properties because there'll be a lot of commercial opportunities for people that wants to live there. And that is what is legacy is what we're working on right now, putting all the missing pieces together to have a launch next year.
Wow. So home for the diaspora.
That's the word. That's the word.
Wow.
That's the word.
That's
That's the
wow.
word. That's the word.
Venture you are. My
Yeah,
gosh.
that's the word.
Well,
That's the word.
thank you. Thank you for sharing your vision, your passion, and I'm gonna say I feel purpose because I felt very much light as you were sharing all of that. So what do you, I just have a question now for you then, because when you, this is airing in November, which is Men's Health, right? And so as you start to think
Yeah.
about like, what do you wish more men, right? Especially immigrant men understood about building generational wealth? Because I feel like almost everything you're doing is open up the ability and the capacity for people to start to do that, you know? So
Yes.
what do you wish more men would do?
Uh, I wish more men will, number one, if you're in this part of the world, anywhere you migrate to, you have to see it as a home first,
Hmm.
right? To
Hmm.
be able to live the full potential of that, of that terrain. So I wish more men will invest in themselves first now, right?
Mm,
Because it takes you to invest in yourself and be able to produce what will be enough for you to now invest in any other. And it doesn't even have to be real estate, right?
yeah.
It could be any other form of investment that you're sure
Hmm.
that you're going to get good returns, right? So that's what I wish more men would do, investing in themselves, right? And betting on yourself as well. Because
Mm,
what happens is when we make this big move and when we come into this kind of society or environment. We just want to live on the standard. Like, you know what? If I can do the bare minimum, I would be fine, right? But if you bet on yourself that, yes, we all have dreams. As a matter of fact, a lot of people left their home country because they had dreams that is actually bigger than their environment. And they
Mm-hmm.
feel like there's no way I could obtain this where I am right now. But you'll be surprised that when they finally make the move and they see how standard can be so easy when they move to, they just settle for that,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that as men, if you can still keep that fire burning
Yeah.
and continue to pursue it, that yes, I may be in a more systemized environment, but I
Yeah.
can still achieve it. And taking advantage of that system, leveraging on that system to be able to achieve what you want. Because there's so much that we can do.
Yeah.
But if you want to do something that's bigger than you, just what I'm preaching, you need to be open to bring other people on board. In
Yeah.
the
We do.
process, there'll be some
Yeah.
awful experiences. You'll meet people that, will teach you some bad lessons, right? But all of that, again, is part of the process,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And it's so funny. I try not to judge like
Yeah.
good or bad. They teach you.
Yeah, they teach you. They
They
teach
teach
you.
you, you learn, and you get to
Mhm.
figure
Yeah.
out how you use what you've learned, right? You discard,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. There are some experiences, to be honest, you can it's not about reading about it, it's about you actually experiencing it.
Right.
And,
Right.
and that lesson will stick forever.
Right. Just curious, do you have another venture that's kind of just percolating in?
Oh no,
Okay, we're settling for just a moment. We're just
I think I have enough problem to deal with right now that, to be honest,
okay. So I
yes,
just
I
wanted to
think
make sure there wasn't another one for me to pull
no,
out.
no,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
just this once for now, and yeah,
So
I just
I do have to ask because that is a lot. Like you've been talking about almost since you bought that first property in uni, like you've been on the go. So have you ever experienced burnout? And if so, like how do you actually maintain your well-being and wellness in order to be able to run all these ventures and keep your
yeah.
inspiration for visioning going?
Yeah, I do get it. I'll say the most recent one was in August this year.
Mm.
Was
Oh,
just yeah, 2 months ago was recent.
wow.
Um, I know for obvious reasons, right? And so I had to take some time out. But yeah, I had to say
How did
take
you
it.
know? Like what were the signs?
I think it will get to a point where even your phone rings and it's just like
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and you start missing meetings and all of that, right? And stuff. For me, what happens is I just start forgetting my meetings, things I need to keep up with, and before it gets really bad, I know that yes, I need to kind of zoom out all of this.
Hmm. Hmm.
But my safe place, honestly, it's my family.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. My wife, she's very, very, very supportive,
She's your
understand.
queen.
She's my special queen, and yeah, I have a small family, and we're very, kind of neat. So when it happens, I just zoom home, right,
Mm.
fully, zoom home fully, and yeah, in August we had to make a couple of travels, kind of get off work
Shut
completely.
everything out. Yeah.
But yeah, but after that, I always come back, energized and
Hmm.
ready to give it a shot. But being able the awareness of that is key
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
very
That's what's good.
beginning
Yeah.
and very
Figuring that
necessary.
out and
Yeah,
yeah, knowing the signs.
yeah.
And I like that because I don't often, I will be honest with you, like you just kind of gave me an aha moment. There are times where I realize like, oh man, my phone's ringing and I don't have the capacity to pick it up, but I never really look at it as burnout.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
but it is. It is. It's a form. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. So I'm going to take you through Rapid Thrivers because I
Okay.
promised to get you out of here on time. So when you think of someone who inspires you, who comes first to mind?
Someone who inspires me. I always say my dad, but if I have to pick someone else aside him, I would say Barack Obama.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I would say Barack Obama.
I actually thought you were going to say your mom.
Ah,
No, just because we've talked about
yeah.
mommy
Oh
on
yeah,
here.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, true. Yeah, she's my person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she's too close. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't think about that. But
Is
yeah.
she here or is she still in Nigeria?
Oh, she's in Nigeria. I was actually on the phone with her about right before this.
Okay,
Yeah, right
okay.
before this.
Nice.
Right before
What
this.
is a daily activity that helps you maintain your thrive?
Uh, light workout in the morning.
Light.
What do you say?
A light workout
A light workout. Yes, light
as
workout in the morning.
opposed to heavy.
Oh no, every later in the evening, if I get to do it.
Okay, okay, okay. So light in the morning, heavy in the evening. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
every in the
okay,
evening if I get to do it. Most of the times I miss that, but light workout in the mornings, stretches.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you incorporate. Okay, well, you may not know. We'll talk about it in the B-roll, but
Okay.
okay. What is a book that has helped you with your thrive?
Rich Dad Poor Dad. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that for sure. I picked up that early, very early, and that definitely helped.
Have you read it more than once?
Oh yes, I've read
Yeah.
it once.
I think my husband's like read it like
Yeah,
20,000
yeah.
times.
I remember.
Um, what is an app that helps you with your thrive?
What
What is an app on your phone that helps you with your thrive?
app that helps? Slack.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard about Slack in like ages. So you use it for
Oh
your
yeah.
team. I guess
Oh, for the team. Yeah, for the
yeah,
team.
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah, for the team.
haven't, wow, is
That's
it
where I
still,
dump stuff and run away.
is it good? Like they have great capabilities now?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It tells me
okay.
I drop stuff and I just run away from it.
Okay, okay, Slack. I'm glad we're calling Slack back.
Yeah.
And what's one misconception that people have of you as they see you like I said, like I scroll like your highlight reels and all that.
Yeah.
What's one misconception?
People perceive that I'm I'll probably someone who's very uptight and too serious, maybe because of the suits and all of that, right? But trust me, but when they find me in my own settings, right, and they get
Yeah,
to know, okay, this guy is
he's kind of cool still.
yeah, cool. I'm very well, again, people say I'm very, very funny. Like I'm really, really funny. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, so
Do you make
yeah,
yourself
when
laugh?
I'm in my zone, life is not serious.
Do you make yourself laugh?
Sometimes when I reflect on my craziness and madness, I laugh.
You laugh. Okay, that's good. I laugh at myself sometimes. But here's the
Yeah.
joke. I think I shared with you. Actually, it's like, is this guy gonna show up in a suit?
You see? You see? Yeah, you see, yeah. So when people get me in my zone, they were like, yeah, they're like they get surprised, but yeah, I can be very funny. Any chance I get not to wear suit, to be honest, I'll go for it.
Yeah, no, I do. And I didn't share this earlier, but literally, because I came back from work and I got freshened up, and it's an evening. By the way, everyone, we're recording this before it's published, but it's an evening, and I was like, oh, do I wear a t-shirt? And I'm like, nah, he might show up in a suit, man. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna dress up, but I'm gonna let me
Yeah,
just put on
yeah, yeah,
something, you know?
gotcha. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I feel like we're well matched. Okay, so
absolutely.
where do we find more of you online?
More of me would be LinkedIn and Instagram.
LinkedIn and Instagram.
Yeah,
Okay,
more
we'll share the
Instagram.
link. A website?
Website will be rawgroup.ca.
Okay, I'll share all the links in the show notes. Okay, and final question. Finish this sentence. I
Hmm.
am empowered in my skin when.
Hmm. When is it a phrase of a particular time in my life, or
Just whenever. You curate. It's your story. I am empowered in my skin when.
I'll say back in 2020. Yeah, back in 2020. Yeah, it was back in 2020. Obviously, moving to this part of the world was a total change. A lot of time where I second guess myself, and I just feel like, oh, the imposter syndrome and all of that. But after I had my first son, I know what I struggled with growing up and all of that, and I know that for me to teach, for me to do something that my son can emulate, I've always
Mm,
said to myself that all my everything that I wasn't able to do, I have to change once I have my child. And when I had my son, even after 2 years, I still struggle with it. But it was 2020 that I told myself that yes, I need to embrace my journey. I need to tell my story more. I have to
mm.
be happy with where I am, and I need to enjoy my journey, whether it's pleasing or not. And that
love
was
it.
2020. Yeah,
So
2020.
I would say, like, I feel like you just said I am empowered in my skin when I'm sharing my
Yes,
journey.
my journey. Yes, and I started sharing my journey in 2020,
Yeah.
where I feel like my journey is my journey. And it doesn't have to, everybody doesn't have to resonate with it. If it's one
No,
person, if it's two
beautiful.
people that could say, you know what, it happened to me too. And this guy doesn't seem to be smarter than me. So if he can do it, I can do
I
it
can
better.
do it too. Wow.
Yeah,
Yo, I am so
yeah.
happy I'm so happy I scrolled. I'm so happy I broke it
Your
and I
20 minutes.
scrolled. I broke my 20 minutes and I scrolled and I DM'd you and you responded and here we are. So thank you. Richard,
Yeah,
you are truly an inspiration and you are creating avenues and pathways for generational wealth. And that's in large part why I wanted to just kind of just understand like all, what you're creating in this world and actually use my platform to help proliferate it. So thank you. Thank you
yeah,
for saying
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's actually my pleasure. I knew I was going to come for sure, to be honest. I've heard you speak. I've
Nobody denies it, Kechi. No.
I've heard you speak. I've felt your energy. I think it was last year. So when
Yeah.
you reached out, I was like, okay, definitely, I'm going to show up because I knew it was going to be great. Yeah, but thank you for reaching out. Thank you for having me. It's always my pleasure to share, and thank you for creating this platform where we can share our own story. And I'm very sure that there'll be one or two people for sure that this will resonate with and help possibly.
I love it. And I think the most important thing, and I'm just going to end on this, is legacy was left here today.
Yes, it's legacy, legacy,
Yeah.
legacy, legacy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
be encouraged to build something that is bigger than you. Yeah.
And with that, this is where we say we're out.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There you have it. I trust that you're feeling more empowered in your skin. And as the late Dr. Maya Angelou says, when you get, you give, when you learn, you teach. So it would mean so much for us at EIMS if you share this episode and tag us or teach an insight that you learned from today's episode on your socials and tag us. And remember to go over onto iTunes and leave us a review or follow us on socials at Empowered in My Skin. But most importantly, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.